female content. We got the Loreal Infallible 32-hour fresh wear foundation sunscreen SPF 25 with the vitamin C derived 420. I don't know what any of that means. I don't even know how you get it out of here. The only thing they're really telling you about this product, by the way, is that it's got Octanax and these are sunscreens in it. Maybe they got some other stuff in there too. But anyways, let's open this up. Alright, so we're choosing Headspace GC because it's easy. We're going to just put a little pump of this stuff in there. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can do it. Takes a couple pumps to get going. Oh, there we go. Oh, got it on the edge. I was trying to avoid that. Anyways, we'll tap it down. Tap it down, and then I'm going to heat it up with a heat gun again, and then volatilize it. See what happens. Alright, got the heat gun going here. I don't know how much you ladies use this product here, but this looks like an adequate amount. Maybe went a little overboard. But anyways, we're going to heat this up, try to get do a little bit of bubbling, boiling or something in there. Make some extra headspace gas. You can already see it kind of bubbling. See that? See that right there? I'm going to like cook it on the surface because eventually I think it dries on your skin, right? You like rub it in. And so, you know, I'm mainly checking. I'm concerned people are like rubbing like toxic solvents on their face. So, you know, let's let you guys know what's in here. Okay, so anyways, you can see there's a bunch of condensation now on the inside of the container. All sorts of stuff. What solvent do you think it is, guys? On the Headspace. Alright, waiting for the GC to run, and look, I found the extra bit of info here. They say benzyl alcohol, but they basically put no solvent information in here. And then look at this Headspace GC data. I got all the solvent information. So if you've ever wondered what the solvent is in makeup, I got your answer. And it starts out really volatile down low with a pretty common one, better known as ethanol, guys. That's just plain alcohol. Alright, so then as we're going to go through this here, first I'm going to draw a little line on that guy so we can see this guy. And so this is actually a TMS, which is basically the beginning of a silane. I'll show you this. This is like in silane chemistry. So this is trimethylsilanol, and maybe this is coming off the silane resin. So if you search these things, you can see that there's like this MQ resin series, this trimethoxy siloxane silicate resin. You're going to use silane chemistry to prepare this. One of those things could be this trimethylsilanol. And then if you look at this next peak here, again, it's another TMS. So this is a TMS ethanol. And so this is the ethoxymethyl silane. And then again, that's probably not supposed to be in there. Maybe it's residual from manufacturing. Maybe it's because I heated up this resin and I liberate some of it. But anyways, there is, I'm assuming because of these two molecules, this MQ silicon resin in this product, better known maybe as this Dowsil MQ 1600 resin for cosmetics, specifically color cosmetics and sunscreens. Makes perfect sense. All right. Now to some of the other stuff. So these are much less volatile solvents. They're going to be the oily feel most likely. And then this big group right here, if we look at it, it's just a big hydrocarbon. Look at that. But it's better known as permethyl 99A. Permethyl 99A is your high purity isodecane. This is your main solvent used in cosmetics and hair care and makeup and skin formulations. It is your lightweight volatile emollient with the non-oily weightless feel. That's that good stuff. That's that good high purity isododecane. And it's got this neat little branch structure apparently. Cool stuff. And then there's a bunch of different isomers of it and another cluster of isomers, which are maybe just small impurities right there. And then the only other solvents we're seeing, I really think the solvent stuff is super interesting for makeup, but maybe more makeup if you guys like this type of content. penta-siloxane dodecyl-methyl. This is a siloxane. This is a long-chain linear. So there are cyclic called D5 and D6. Those are cyclic siloxanes. This is a linear siloxane, and that's 5 of them, as you can see. So I bet you the name of this thing is really common, and that is called dodecyl-methyl penta-siloxane L linear 5. So that's an L5 linear siloxane that gives you makeup and other cosmetics, provides the smooth, non-greasy texture, and helps spread it evenly across the skin. That's really useful for a foundation. Gives you a luxurious, silky feel. Allows products like foundation and primers to glide on easily. Man, I'm getting good at this stuff. And then the last thing that's of interest is this teeny tiny little peak here at 12.5. That's almost non-existent. This is the Cyclic one. You can see that, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 siloxanes in this ring, and so that would be better known as D6. This is another cosmetic, emollient. And I think people don't like this one anymore. The Cyclic ones, I think, are not as good and have some health effects. So it's good that they're barely using that Cyclic. Or maybe I'm not volatilizing it as easily, but they're definitely using a lot of the linear L5. So anyways, pretty cool method. Gonna maybe run some more makeups. I've got a ton of different makeup products, and we can just go ahead and forget about all the stuff that's on the label. Let's just start trying to figure out what is the emollients and the solvents and all the things they don't tell you about in this makeup products. What are you spreading on your face?